Yo, 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 it's Danny Toms here to rock your dome, spitting knowledge about the blockchain. So, welcome home to P2E Infernal, guys. Today, we're going to be talking about networks on the Ethereum blockchain. And the reason we're talking about networks right now is because it's a natural progressive step from wallets. Now, sometimes when you interact with applications on the blockchains or smart contracts, you might realize that the smart contracts is on a different network than the network that you're on, which by default is usually the Ethereum main network. Or you might be in a situation where you're trying to interact with a smart contract and the gas fees to do the thing that you're trying to do is way too expensive that it really does not make sense to go through with the transaction. And if you're not aware that there are different networks on the blockchain, you might just give up and not do what it was that you were trying to do. So it's important that you know about networks and how to switch between different networks. So let's dive in. But before we do, risks and disclaimers, guys. None of this is financial advice. Crypto is risky and you can lose what you put in. Make sure you do your own research and do not use more than what you can afford to lose. So, with that out of the way, let's get right to it. So the Ethereum mainnet has some limitations, and that's usually around scalability. Basically, the Ethereum mainnet has some problems in the way it handles transactions when there's like a high volume of transaction or there's a lot of people trying to use the network at a particular time. So you have things like increase in transaction fees and congestion, which is basically delay in the time it takes for your transaction to get confirmed on the blockchain. So a bunch of solutions have been proposed to handle this. First, Ethereum was moved from a proof of work blockchain to a proof of stake blockchain, and that happened towards the end of 2022. And other solutions to handle this problem is layer 2s and side chains. And the other reason why there are different networks on the Ethereum blockchain is for experimentation. So in your journey on the blockchain, you would find that there are networks that are called testnet or test networks. And these networks are for experimentation purposes. So it's kind of like the main network, the main Ethereum network is just that you don't use real money to interact with applications. You use testnet ether, which has no real world value. So developers build applications that they test on these testnets, and users can actually interact with other applications on the testnet to basically learn the ropes and see how things work. The other networks that are on the Ethereum blockchain are the layer 2 networks or the side chains. They're basically two different things. Layer 2s are not the same thing as side chains, but that's not what we are going to get into right now. So the layer 2s are actually made to facilitate cheaper and faster transactions. So if you're using a layer 2 to do a transaction, you're going to experience cheaper transactions than you would on the Ethereum main network. There are different layer 2s on the Ethereum blockchain. Popular ones are the Arbitrum, Optimism, Polygon, which is actually a side chain, and Gnosis chain, that's also a side chain. So these are some really popular networks where you can actually have really fast transaction times and low fees. So these are some of the networks on the Ethereum blockchain. There's actually a lot more layer 2 network. Maybe by the time you're watching this, there may be more, but these ones I listed are kind of like the popular ones that a lot of people are using right now. So the list is by no means exhaustive. So right now we're going to jump into BlueStacks and go through the process of switching networks and also adding new networks to our wallet. So let's go. All right, so here we are in BlueStacks, and I'm going to go ahead and open MetaMask so we can get started. And here we go. Okay, so we've got MetaMask loaded up, and the first thing we're going to do right now is add a new network to our wallet. So right here at the top, you're going to see the network that your wallet is currently on. And right now it's on the Gorley test network. So once we click on this button, it's going to show us all of the networks that's available on our wallet. So we've got about 4 here. We've got 2 test networks, which are the Goerli test network and the Sepolia test network. And then we have this linear Goerli test network. Okay, so there are 3 test networks here and the Ethereum main network. So what we want to do right now is we want to add 2 new networks to our wallet. So to do that, we're going to go to the browser and use this really helpful website where you can go to add any network that you want to add to your wallet. So click on this. Now the website is chainlist.org. So I'm going to put that in. Cool. So this is what it looks like. Once you load up this website, you want to scroll down a little bit and you see this search. You type in the name of the network that you want to add. So we want to add Optimism. This input thing is a little bit buggy because once you start typing, it just kind of disappears, and that's really weird. So I'm going to connect wallet. Why isn't it showing us Optimism? So it's showing us a bunch of networks here, but I don't see what we're looking for. Okay, let's try this. Let's try Polygon. Let's see what's really going on here. This thing is so buggy right now. Okay, so we do see Polygon. We have the Polygon mainnet, Polygon zkEVM. All of these are Polygon networks. So why isn't it showing us Optimism? Let's try that one time. We actually do want to add this, so I'm going to go ahead and actually add to MetaMask. So you click on this, it's going to ask you to approve. We don't want to switch network or cancel that. So we are going to head back to the wallet, click on this and select, and you can see we now have the Polygon Llama nodes, but basically we have our Polygon network here, so we can easily switch to that network. Going back to the browser, we want to add Optimism, so under what? Oops, Optimism. This thing is really buggy. So I'm going to uncheck this because we don't want the test net. For some reason, we can't find Optimism here. Oh, I see. So I guess the problem was we were typing the name of the network, whereas the name on this website is OP mainnet. So while I kept searching for Optimism, I couldn't really find anything because there was nothing going by that name on this website. So here we are, OP mainnet, and I'm going to click add to MetaMask. So, well, this is how it is, guys. Sometimes in Web3, it's kind of like trial and error. Sometimes you need to go through the process to actually get used to doing the thing, and it never gets old. Even for those of us that's got experience with this, we still have to go through this, so it takes a lot of patience. So we've added 2 networks to our wallet. We can head back here and we have the Polygon and we've got Optimism. Next thing that we want to do is switch network. So if I wanted to use the Goerli testnet, I basically just click on it and it switches, or I could go ahead and check out the Sepolia network, and that's all there is to switching networks. So if you wanted to use an app that is on a specific network, all you need to do is switch your network like this, and that's it. So next steps, I would like you guys to try adding 2 new networks to your wallet. I'd like you to add the Arbitrum network and the zkSync. I'm going to leave the names in the description. So the process is exactly what we just went through right now. You get to the browser, you click on this, and you just enter the name here. And so I did mention this input can be a little buggy, so sometimes by the time you type the first letter, maybe the second, it stops working and you have to click on it again and continue. So if that happens, don't get frustrated, just try to go through the process and do it. That's going to be it for this video, and leave your thoughts, questions and comments in the comment section down below. And if you have any topics you would like me to make a video on, leave it in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share this with your friends and anyone you think might be interested in learning about the blockchain and crypto. And I'll see you on the next one. New videos coming out every Wednesday. Peace.